Hey, and welcome back to the channel and to the farm. Today is a frozen Florida day in January. It's in the 30s right now, was in the 20s last night. That is extremely abnormal for us. So myself and the animals are trying to adjust this morning, but the weather doesn't change the fact that we have farm work to get done. We recently acquired a few really nice gear cattle from Colorado. And these are cows we've been trying to get for a little while, but they finally have arrived here. And a few of them need their hooves done. They're really long hooves or they're broken off. That's not something that we usually deal with here in Florida. The sand really keeps all of their hooves pretty well cleaned up and rounded off, so we don't really have to do that with cattle. We do usually get our equine's hooves trimmed, on a regular basis to keep those nice. But this will be the first time for cattle for us. And one of the reasons also that these cows have longer hooves is that they have been fed a really high protein diet of mostly alfalfa. And so that really good diet is great for their body condition, but it does help things like hooves and their horns. You'll see this guy in a minute. Their horns grow longer than normal. And so where they were at in Colorado had a little bit more mud and clay in the pen they were in. And so because of that, there was nothing really hard or really sandy gritty to keep their hooves trimmed down. So it's nothing negative. It wasn't mistreatment. It was just simply the condition and the feed they were on. So today we are going to take an adventure and we're going to try and put some gear in a flip table and trim their hooves. But before we really get going on that, I need to get a few of the other animals fed. Queen, I showed you in a few videos ago. She's our best and favorite gear cow. She had a calf, and so we've been keeping Queen and her calf up in a small pen by the barn, just so we can really imprint on the calf and make sure that she loves people. That's very important to us. So we're going to go ahead and get her fed and check in on an update for her. All right, there's Miss Queen. She is doing excellent. She's in this smaller area. It's a small pen here up by the barn, which I showed you guys on one of the other videos, but she is still up here getting daily interaction, and she's also eating the best. So she is getting alfalfa hay, but in small portions, mixed around with feed and coastal. And there's her wonderful little calf. Morning. We're still trying to think of a name for this little girl. We wanted to name her something royal, like how Queen is named, but we still are trying to figure that out. So if you've got any ideas, put it in the comments down there and we'll consider that name. She is very imprinted on. She's really interacting with people a lot compared to, a pasture-raised calf. Good morning, girl. Not too sure what the camera is. But she's actually already munching on feed and hay, which is really great. She sits right here and she watches Mom. And as Mom eats, she starts to eat. She goes back there and gets a little bit of milk and then comes back up here and gets a little bit of feed. So she is doing really, really good. She is a keeper for us. Queen is 17 years old. And so we don't know how many more calves we'll get out of her. And the fact that this is a heifer, we want to keep her to keep Queen's bloodline and Queen's wonderful traits going. You can see she's eating some feed there. And from this point forward, we'll probably be keeping all of Queen's calves that she has, just because we don't want to miss out on keeping some bloodlines from the amazing cow that Queen actually is. We actually used up the last bit of feed for the equine yesterday, but today is our feed delivery day. So Chiefland Farm Supply is going to be bringing us some more equine feed, along with hay and stuff that we're going to feed the small penned animals. Alright, so here is the bull that needs done. He is amazing, as you can see. He's a little over 10 years old. Look at those horns. Look at that. We call it a dooflop on his neck, but that, his color, his stance, and he is a complete pet on top of all of that. His hooves, though, definitely need to be done. We'll show them closer when we get him in the flip table. But we put him up here last night with the mom that we showed you on the other video with the new heifer calf, which we're going to be probably splitting those two up later today. She's nursing perfectly. Everything's going great. But Mom is just too aggressive for us to be able to get to her calf. And you can see right now she's warning me. But she's a great cow in the pasture. She calved amazingly and perfect, but she just won't let you touch her calf. So with this next generation of heifers, we're really wanting them to be super tame. So the only way for them to do that is for me to be able to separate them, and probably have to bottle feed that calf so that we can imprint and do really well together. So the mom will go back out to the field, calf will come to the barn. But this bull is one of the main ones needing done. And this cow as well, which we'll show you her hooves closer when we get her in the pen. But this is also a cow that came from Colorado. And her hooves on the back are super long and needing trimmed. I can just tell that both of them are uncomfortable when they walk. The bull likes to lay a lot. And even though he's 10 years old, he shouldn't be quite that lazy. So we're going to get these two done today. This calf is perfect in every way. Perfect ears, perfect back line. She's amazing. And one thing I do need to do before she gets here is open up some of these panels. So we have a gate down here for us to come in and out. We have a gate here that goes into the main holding pen. But we need the flip table to get right there so that they come down the alley into our chute, and from our chute into her flip table chute. And there's no way to get there except for if we open up some of these actual panels. So we're going to open those two, and I'm hoping that allows her to back her flip table right up to the front of our chute, and then that way there's no trouble catching them and getting them ready to have their hooves trimmed. Before she gets here, I'm going to go ahead and try and have these guys all separated. Get ready to let that mom back out, get the calf separated, and get the two we need done up here into the tub. I don't like people having to wait on me. I should have all my stuff ready before they get here. Alright, got a little bit of separating done. These two ready for the, I guess, cow farrier you could call it, to get here. Baby is separated. It's going to go over to the barn. She's kind of in panic mode, but we're going to take care of her. And we're about to let Mom here out this way. You can go back out to the field. Come on. Good girl. Alright, back out to pasture she goes. And we are set up and ready. Even though I said it was freezing, I had to go do a jacket change. It doesn't take long for that cold to go away in Florida. So I'm already sweating. And also, it doesn't take long to get over the cold when you're doing farm work. This is Roanoke, Roan for short. And this is Miss Georgia. She's actually the mom to several of our adult cows. And he is the dad to several cows we have out there as well. So these guys, multi-generations here at HisWay Farm, of their bloodline, where we finally got the two originals here. Once they got the flip table in, they realized that the gear heads were not going to fit in there. We spent a few minutes trying to come up with a plan and decided to use our chute instead. I was hoping they would be tame enough and calm enough just to stand for the farrier. This first one is Georgia. She needed a lot of work, but she stood like a champ. That's her back toes before, very long. I can't say enough about the Happy Herd services. They did an amazing job. You can see here is a comparison on the back. Totally night and day difference. Really, really good job. And she looks great. She's walking high and looking comfy. She'll adjust, but I'm really pleased with the result. This is the bull before. A lot of breaking, a lot of cracking. Come on, buddy. Come on. Ooh. Yep. He stood for a minute and then decided it was best for him to lay down, which made it really hard to do his hooves. But she never gave up. She hung in there and got him done. And that's the finished product. I'm going to put their phone number and contact information down in the description box. He looks great. Now that that little show is all done, we're going to get the tractor, get the trailer, go over, get that little calf from the catch pen, and bring her over to the other side of the farm to the barn so I can put her up here close to Queen and her calf. She probably is not going to take a bottle tonight that you don't usually the first day, but if I can get her over here and then in the morning, I'll be able to work with her on getting her a bottle. You may be wondering, is it necessary to have the trailer for such one small calf? But if you've never done Brahmas or gears, that one little calf in there will drag you everywhere. She won't drag, she's gonna lay down. So it's best just to make it less stressful, put her in the trailer. It is a distance from here to way over there at that barn. It's alright. There you go. I wasn't going to let him back out because I want to separate him and put him with some different cows so I can kind of break up the bloodlines. But I'm just not prepared for that today. So I'm going to go ahead and let him back out with the other cows. Let him calm down and let him get some sand under his feet. We lime rocked our whole pen. There's a few videos ago that we showed that, but let him get out there, let him get some sand underneath his feet and take a break. And then in the next few days, I'm gonna separate a lot of these cows into different fields for different breeding programs. And at that point, we'll separate him again. You're free to go. He walks much better. Hooves are looking great. I'm also on baby watch. This one, and this one. Should all be having babies probably within a week, I'd say. Not from any of the bulls that we currently have. So it'll be some good breakup of the bloodlines. I'm hoping they don't have it tonight or tomorrow. I prayed and prayed last night they didn't have it because I don't want to come out here and check calves in the 20 and 30 degree range. So hopefully these guys will hold off till it warms up just a little bit for me. And while I'm doing this, there comes our feed delivery coming in. No, that is not all ours, but there's some good stuff on there. So now let's take this little calf and take it over, put it in the barn where they are headed. I'll wait for them to get done, but we'll do that. All the adult cows are back where they should be. Chiefland Farm Supply is awesome. They deliver our feed and they put it right in the barn, right where I want it to go. Gonna put down a little bit of fresh bedding so she's nice and comfy for the evening. Come on. Alright, this is your digs for the night. It'll be warm and dry in here. Queen is wondering what is going on. Not another baby. This would be a good spot to keep her for the night, and then tomorrow we'll see what we can do with the bottle for her. The light is right above her, so I can check on her anytime I want to. Not being able to touch you at all yet, since your mom hasn't been the friendliest. But once she associates us with the bottle, that will all change. Everything's done, and I'm calling it a day. We pray that God blesses you, and we will see you on the next one.